Imagine you're outside, walking your dog, scrolling TikTok, or just breathing like a normal human being, and suddenly all the oxygen on Earth disappears for 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. That's shorter than it takes you to send a text or sneeze. So, would anything really happen? Oh, yes, a lot of things. And it would be absolutely terrifying. First, let's clear something up. Humans can easily hold their breath for 5 seconds, so people wouldn't just drop dead instantly. That part's fine. But the world isn't just humans. It's oceans, buildings, cars, plants, and, oh yeah, our entire atmosphere. And oxygen is holding all of that together in ways you don't usually think about. Take air pressure. About 21% of the air around you is oxygen. Remove that, and for 5 seconds the atmosphere thins dramatically. It would feel like suddenly being on top of Mount Everest. Your ears would pop, you'd feel pressure in your chest, and if you were mid-yawn, congratulations! You just experienced the world's fastest altitude sickness. Now let's talk about fire. Fires need oxygen to burn. With zero oxygen, every flame on Earth goes out instantly. Your campfire? Gone. Birthday candles? Out. Jet engines? Dead silent. Even power plants that rely on combustion would choke for those 5 seconds. For a moment, Earth would become the quietest it has ever been. But don't relax yet. When oxygen disappears, so does the ozone layer. That's the invisible shield of oxygen molecules protecting us from the sun's ultraviolet radiation. Without it, we'd all get a quick blast of deadly rays. 5 seconds isn't long enough to cook you like a hot dog, but it is long enough to give everyone a tiny sunburn at the exact same moment. Congratulations! You just participated in the largest group sunburn in history. And then there's metal. Ever notice how a car door doesn't just crumble in your hands? That's because oxygen helps form a thin protective layer on metal surfaces, rust, that actually prevents deeper corrosion. Take away oxygen, and that protective coating vanishes instantly. Suddenly, all the exposed metal weakens and bonds break apart. Highways, bridges, even skyscrapers would creak and groan as steel momentarily loses its strength. Airplanes mid-flight, their protective layers vanish too. Not a fun time to be cruising at 30,000 feet. Speaking of planes, oxygen also helps keep us in the sky in another way. The air itself gets thinner without it, which means wings can't generate as much lift. For 5 seconds, every plane would struggle to stay airborne. Passengers might feel a stomach-dropping jolt, as if they hit sudden turbulence. Pilots would be very unhappy. And let's not forget water. Water is 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Take away oxygen, and for those 5 seconds, every drop of water literally ceases to exist. Oceans, rivers, lakes, poof, they would split into hydrogen gas, which immediately expands into a huge, flammable mess. Imagine standing on a beach and watching the entire ocean floor dry up in an instant, only to have the waves come crashing back the moment oxygen returns. Fish would not survive that trip. Neither would we, if any of that hydrogen decided to ignite. Oceans, rivers, lakes, poof, they would split into hydrogen gas, which immediately expands into a huge, flammable mess. Imagine standing on a beach and watching the entire ocean floor dry up in an instant, only to have the waves come crashing back the moment oxygen returns. Fish would not survive that trip. Neither would we, if any of that hydrogen decided to ignite. But the scariest effect might be on our skin. Oxygen in the air isn't just for breathing. It's part of the atmosphere that protects us. Without it, the nitrogen around us turns unfiltered and unprotected. For those 5 seconds, your skin would feel a sharp, stinging burn, almost like tiny needles. Then oxygen comes back, and we'd all be standing there wondering what just happened. So what's the big reveal? Losing oxygen for just 5 seconds wouldn't just be weird. It would be catastrophic. Fires go out, planes drop, oceans vanish, metals weaken, and everyone gets sunburned at the same time. Humanity would survive, but the chaos that follows? That would take way longer than 5 seconds to fix. The takeaway? Oxygen is more than just the stuff we breathe. It's the glue holding our entire world together. Without it, even briefly, life on Earth would look very, very different. So next time you take a deep breath, maybe say a quiet thank you to oxygen. It's a reason your coffee stays liquid, your car doesn't collapse, and the ocean is still there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this wild what if scenario, hit that like button, drop a comment with your own crazy what idea, and don't forget to subscribe for more science adventures. Who knows? Your idea might be the next video.